Hi guys, somebody was asking me about how to use cameras in their animations. Now, using a camera in an animation is very straightforward. It's very simple. The biggest problem with uh, using cameras is not overusing cameras. As with any animation or film or piece of storytelling, what you're trying to do is keep the viewer immersed in what they're watching. And exaggerated camera movements or excessive camera movements or over dynamic camera movements can snap people out of that. And while it's nice to receive the feedback, wow, you did that really well with the camera, the point of it is that they are aware of the camera and they really shouldn't be. The camera is supposed to add to an animation or a story or a film, and it's supposed to be used as a tool for helping you tell your story better. What it shouldn't become is something that showboats away from what's actually on the screen. So that people are saying, wow, how did you get the camera to do that? It's not about that. You're supposed to be so enraptured by what you're watching that the camera becomes invisible. And it only allows you to bring more information to the viewer as opposed to saying, look how well I brought all of this information to the viewer. So I'm going to show you how this works. It's fairly straightforward. For the camera to follow something, what we really need is something to follow. So if you have a look down here down the bottom left, I'm after adding two layers here. One's called time, one is called sound. The tie is for a TIE fighter, and the sound is for a piece of sound. So over here in the library, I have a TIE fighter. I'm going to bring that in. Now it's a bit large, so I'm going to go modify, transform, scale, bring it down. I'm going to drop it I'm going to step out for a second, go out to 25%. Oh, no, maybe not, maybe 50. Okay. Okay, so it's just off the stage down the bottom right. And what I want to do is I want to have this fly from the bottom right of the screen up to the top left of the screen, get a little bit larger to make it look like it's coming towards us, and then to add some sound, and then follow that motion path with a camera. So to make it move, obviously we need to turn it into a motion tween. So we right click anywhere in the frames on the tile layer. We go create motion tween. We go OK. And we click on the last frame and we drag it up just underneath the logo. We don't want to go over this logo, college logo, obviously. And then we go modify, transform, scale. And we increase the size of that and then drag it off screen. So now when I scrub the line, you'll see what it does is it goes from there, it gets larger. So it looks like it's coming towards us to a certain degree. Okay, now on the layer above that where it says sound, I'm going to drop the sound in, and the sound is called Sound TIE Fighter 2. Here's what it sounds like. Okay, I'm going to drag that, just drop it on the stage, and you'll see the little wavy wave bar there, which basically says it's about the same length as the animation. It's about 2 seconds, which is all we need it to be. Now, anyone who's used to these videos now knows that when I run the animations, it causes a screen capture drop rate, which is unbelievable. So I'm really reluctant to run this animation at the moment, but because I want to show you the difference between this and how it looks when the camera is tracking an item, I need to show you the contrast. So I'm going to run it and just hope for the best. Previous attempts at this, it took about 1 minute, which is an awful lot of video time. Okay. I don't know if that got dropped or not, but that came up perfectly well. 2 seconds of a TIE fighter traveling across the screen with the sound. Great. Hopefully that worked. Now, okay, so what we want to do now is just track that with a camera. Okay, so over in the right hand, in the tool palette here, we down the bottom, we see a little icon that says camera. Click on that. It does 2 things. It gives you a new camera layer over here, and it also gives you a control bar just off stage up in the main viewing area. Okay, so what you have are 2 icons here. The first one is a camera with a curved arrow, meaning that it pans left and right. And the second one is a camera with a magnifying glass, meaning that it zooms in and out. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off our animation. We're going to very quickly zoom in on the tie from the bottom right hand side of the screen, and then we're going to track that all the way up to the top of the screen. So the first thing we have to do is turn our camera into a motion tween. So we right click, create motion tween. That's fine. Now we're going to go along here. We're going to just scrub this. So let's say we want to catch the tie at about frame 10. So at frame 10, we click on the camera's timeline layer, and then we zoom in like so. So basically just drag the slider and then position it like so. make sure we're all outside. Okay, so there we go. So if I scrub that now, you'll see that we zoom in on that. Now, in order for us to follow that all the way to the end, all we need to do is go up to, actually, let's go up to the last frame where it clears, maybe just before the last frame. Okay, and what we want to do now at this frame is basically follow the TIE fighter. And there it is there. So it's going to just outrun us just at the very end is essentially what we're after. So let's see if that works. Yeah. Okay, that seems to work. Okay. So again, fingers crossed, I'm going to run this and see what happens. Or I could try actually running it. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Now that we've just wasted 5 minutes and 30 seconds of recording a video. Oh, no. Here we go. Come on. Okay. I think it's working. Okay. You kind of got the idea from me scrubbing the line there of what it was supposed to do. All we're doing is basically tracking the movement of the TIE fighter across the screen with the camera to create an action shot. So I've no idea if this is going to come back now. I might have to cut this video into 2 parts because this could, in theory, be gone. What happened last time was it crashed just like this. So, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, hello, 50%. Okay, we'll attempt to say nothing for a little while. I'll have to get some elevator music that I can play at these times, like the girl from Ipanema or something like that. In a second. I've got Spotify here. Shouldn't be that difficult. Girl from... Oh, too late. Okay, so now. That's not bad. Okay, so hopefully that's capturing now and I'm not just talking to myself. We're back in the main screen. I hope that worked. It definitely ran about 7 or 8 times there for the video as I'm watching it. So that's basically it. You create your animation as normal. You then put in your camera layer and you track the parts of the animation that you want to. So again, you don't have to let this become a huge addition to the animation work schedule. You can record your animation or design your animation as normal, and then you can come along and layer a camera track and allow the camera to zoom in on parts of the animation that you want to, and do it in such a way so that it's not going to draw attention to itself. So if there's a particular part of the screen, let's say where the animation is important, let's say some text is appearing or something like that, you can gently bring the camera down and let it appear and then pull back to the main screen, or you can follow one of your animated characters across the screen if they're more important than what else is going on. The point is that you could use, or you should use, your camera movements to accentuate what your animation is about and to improve your storytelling ability. It's not supposed to be something that showboats away from everything else. Okay, so listen, I hope that was of some value to somebody. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'm here for you guys when you need me. Thanks.